Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited. Thank you all for all of the love and support off of my first booktube video. Today, I thought it'd be fun to go through my physical TBR. It is not as intense and bad as other booktubers. I am not nearly in the hundreds. I don't think my anxiety could handle having that many books on my physical TBR. I think I would go insane. I am such like a type A, not really OCD, but OCD type person where I'm like, I need to read all, I need to get through them all. So mine's a little smaller than most, but it's still something that challenges me and that I need to work through and read through and not waste my money buying more books. But is it really a waste though? I don't think so. I'm in the argument of no, that is not a waste. It is therapeutic. There's my case. Okay, let's just get into the physical TBR tour. Okay, so here are my two physical TBR shelves. You basically can see everything on my physical TBR right now, but before we go into each one, this pile here is a combination of my smaller Christian books. I have a play there, a script, audition monologues, a backstage handbook. Those are things from college. And then I have an actor's book, The Actor's Life by Jenna Fisher. I have read all of those books except for, okay, I haven't like read cover to cover the handbook or the monologues, but the other books I have read completely. It just didn't really have a space up top. I didn't like the way that the small little books looked up there with the taller books or the normal size books, you know. Down here, I have more Christian devotional Bible study type books. So let's just get into them. They're not like fully organized in any coherent way, maybe a little bit, but here are just my hardcovers. So let's go through those. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. Can you see the candle I have stored back there? Yeah, I just hide, whoa, calm down. I had just random crap behind my books on all of the shelves. Bottom stack, I have an Ellen Hilderbrand book, The Hotel Nantucket. I bought this over the summer, really wanted to read an Ellen Hilderbrand book, but I just was intimidated because I'm not fully interested. I did thrift it though, so I got it for like $3, and that's always lovely when you get a hardcover for that much. And if you've read any of these books, please tell me what your thoughts are. It might encourage me to read more books that I just have waiting here. I have Tom Hanks' book that he came out with this year, The Making of Another Major Motion Picture Masterpiece. I at first thought this was nonfiction. It is not. It is fiction. I also thrifted this, so that's why it's a little beaten up. So I got it for like $2, I think. I do want to read it. I just don't know when I will because it's definitely outside of my comfort zone. This Spells Love. It's a book of the month book. I haven't really been in the mood for it yet. Oh my goodness. The Fury, another book of the month book. I am excited to read this. I just don't know when because I'm not fully in the thriller mood. Matthew Perry's book, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. I am very excited to read this. I can't wait. Rest in peace, Matthew Perry. And The Heiress Gets a Duke. I actually got this from a free little library, but it's a book of the month. It's historical romance, fiction, something along those lines. Marriage of Convenience, but it takes place in like, I don't know, the 1800s? I don't know. The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. I found this in a free little library and I was like, score, because I do want to read the series. However, I don't have the first book. And every time I see the first book in stores, it's hardcover. But I have this book in paperback. So like I can't have a hardcover and then paperback. Like it needs to match, you know? The Defining Decade, Why Your 20s Matter, and How to Make the Most of Them Now. I read 30 pages on my flight a month ago or so. And I want to read it. I'm just not really a nonfiction person. Uninvited by Lisa TerKeurst. Living Loved When You Feel Less Than, Left Out, and Lonely. I read a few of Lisa TerKeurst's books. Overall, I like her writing, not fully, but I saw this at a thrift store and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it. Scott Sedita's Guide to Making It in Hollywood. I was in a sitcom class in college my last semester, and Scott Sedita actually came to our class. So he gave us all this book of his. I have not read it yet. Auditioning What They Say When You Leave the Room by Mary McCusker. Mary was actually my sitcom teacher, so she had given this to me on like the last day of class. She signed it for me, and she wrote a little note, and so I keep in touch with her. She's awesome, and I definitely want to read this because I'm in the auditioning phase of my acting career right now, so this is very important. The 8 Characters of Comedy. We actually studied this book in that class. As you can see, I did annotate it a little bit. I haven't finished this book, so I do want to finish it. It goes into different types of characters. You can see I highlighted, I underlined, I made notes. This is really helpful. And there's also just more info about kind of how sitcoms work, and it's really great a tool for if you're an actor or a writer. Tools of Engagement by Tessa Bailey. Can't wait to read this book. I'm back in my Tessa Bailey stage. It ends with us. Colleen Hoover. Listen, I saw this at a free little library, and I wanted to know what it was all about because there's so many crazy mixed things I've heard. So one day, I'm never in the mood to read that because I don't want to read Colleen Hoover, really. King of Wrath by Anna Huang. I'm so excited to read this book. I love the Twisted series. I'm hoping I'll like this one too. I've heard mixed reviews though, but I'm so excited. The Wife Upstairs, Rachel Hawkins. I thrifted this one as well. It's a thriller. I read like the first chapter and then I just wasn't feeling it. So one day. The Silent Patient. I really want to read this. I know everyone like loved this. This is like a classic book talk book, but for some reason I'm nervous about being bored. Cause it's like a lot of book, and I'm like, what? So she's just gonna be silent? Like I don't. That's probably really stupid of me. Like everyone's probably like, girl, read the book. It's so good, but I haven't felt called to it. I don't know what that was, but that was me being called to a book I'm not called to. Asking for a Friend, Andy Osho. This book seems really cute. It's like these 3 friends, they're all in different ages, 40s, 20s, and 30s, and they all just have their issues with finding love. So the 3 friends play the love game by their own rules. They're going to ask out people in real life, but only for each other. Also, When God Winks, the power of coincidence guides your life. I did start it. I want to hear about people's God winks because I love God winks so much, but I just haven't picked it up again yet. This right here is actually my February TBR if you watch my last video. There are a few books missing because I've either read them already or I'm in the middle of them. Oh, Kennedy, the Graham Effect. I am so excited to read this. Powerless by Elsie Silver. This is going to be a soon read book. Love when I know how to word things right. Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Twice in a Blue Moon, Christina Lauren. And Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. And then I'll show you this stack right here. Starts off with a Bible study. There's a part 1 to the Old Testament and then part 2 to the New Testament. So I really like having these for when I want to just dive a little deeper when I'm reading the Bible. I have this book called Rooted. There's like some reading and then you answer some questions. It's like a daily response thing. I did this with a church, but then I just fell. I didn't keep up with it. Let's just be real here. See here, Alexandria Byzantium, September 17th, 2022. Boom. So it's been a bit. I have these 2 Bible studies, Greater Than and Ephesians. This was with a group at college that I wasn't consistent with. Okay, it was just showing that I'm inconsistent, but I do have those and I want to. I'm actually currently going through this book on my own. And then 31 Prayers for My Future Husband. This is a really, I mean, okay, I don't want to show you those things, but like, they just have prayers. I highly recommend. They also have one for your future wife if you're interested in praying for your future spouse. So that was my physical TBR. Oh, I didn't count them. One moment. Leave your guesses. How many do you think it is? So, like these books, there's 24 of them. That is not bad. Others have it in the hundreds. I pray to God I never get to that point because I will go crazy. I can't handle that. So I have 24, and then including like the different Bible studies and devotional type things, 30. So that is not that bad. And I'm hoping to continue knocking out these books and bringing them up to the top shelves, even though I'm running out of room on my top shelves, so I don't know how to reorganize it. Yeah. That's an issue for another time. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We still have 30 books to read on our TBR shelf, so thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in my next video. Stay tuned. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Follow my book talk account. I'll leave that here again for you if you're interested. And thank you for being here. I'm really excited about this channel and making these videos and showing something that I fangirl over. Bye!